What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up and y'all know what it is this week, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's time. It's time to purge out, man. It's time to purge out, man. Now, I wasn't gonna make this game bigger than what it is, but y'all see how they talking to your boy online, man. They got me feeling some type of way. So we gotta go up there to the link and take it. You know what I'm saying? Go to the link and take it. And I think the Dallas Cowboys gonna do that. But today, y'all, we got a guest, man. I've been trying to link up with this guest, and when it comes to this dude right here, man, I call him the leader of the news school, right? I came across his channel. He's the class after me. My guy, Rome, came across his channel, and instantly I knew, like, he got it. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to say nothing. He already got it, man. He's already developed. He's on fire right now. Love his show. Love his production. Love his style. Love everything about him. But we could never link up and do a show together. But we had to change that today. So CFO fam, let's give a warm welcome to my guy, LandLord from Alabama. What's going on with you, bro?
Man, what's happening with you, man? Hey, you giving me all these pleasantries, man. You know, you the man with this production, with the film work, man. Man. Hey, man, y'all raised the bar high, and I'm just trying to, be in the ring with y'all boys, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what it's all about, man. Like I said in my video yesterday, not sure if you caught it, but like when I was coming up.
I just watched it.
Yeah, when I was coming up, man, I saw like Sky and I saw a big game and lost. So they kind of set the standard for me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's up to us to set the standards for people because it's trendy right now, bro. Like everybody wants to be a content creator, a new J Tuck, a new LandLord, every day. So we got to keep the ball pushing the right direction, man. But when I saw your content, the very first thing I saw, it's like, he must make music, bro. He got to make music, right? And like for someone who used to make music himself, right? The reason why I could tell you made music, bro, because I saw the creativity. I saw the creativity in your show and how it flowed, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're a musical, artist, whether it's rap, you know what I'm saying, R&B, producer, whatever, your mind is constantly ticking with creativity, you know what I'm saying? So when I saw your production, your thumbnails, everything, I was like, yeah, that art form came from somewhere, bro. So yeah, man. So we gonna get into it, man. But overall, bro, the Dallas Cowboys right now, you know what I'm saying, got 2 losses, 5-2. What's your thoughts on the season right now, bro? Because I know a lot of people still ain't feeling it. They don't feel like, the Cowboys got enough. They didn't do enough. But what's your overall thoughts on the Cowboys season thus far?
I mean, I think it's fair to say it's kind of been a roller coaster-ish. You know what I'm saying? We done had some high highs and some low lows, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, the lowest of the low was San Francisco, of course. But I ain't too mad about the Arizona loss. I know we underestimated them. We still moved the football. Mm-hmm. We just fell short, you know what I'm saying? But the 49er game, we didn't do anything. We didn't look like ourselves at all.
Right.
So that was concerning. But I guess I'll say overall, I still like where I'm at. A lot of the things that we kind of underestimated coming into the season probably, had a little more indication on the season than we thought.
Right.
Like, saying that we was going to change the tight end, even though Ferguson is a tight end from last year, but he's in a new role. Then you got Tony in a new role. Then you implement some new things to the West Coast offense. So now all of that stuff put together probably developed us to a slow start.
Yeah.
But to sit up here after 7 games and be 5-2 and still looking impressive, got 40-0 wins and blowing the doors off of people, I still feel good about where we at right now. Right. And we 1 game behind the best record in the league right now. So I don't think you can complain about that.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to tell Cowboys fans, bro. Because after that Cardinals game, bro, everybody jumped ship. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was out on the season, and that 49ers game broke a lot of people's spirit. But we are in a good spot. And if you kind of go back to like my preseason shows when the schedule dropped, I was like, okay, 5-2 will be a good spot to be right here to get into Philly. So, overall, I don't have too many complaints. Now, I want to kind of backtrack because I know you was here in Kansas City. You covered the draft. What was your thoughts on the draft class from what you saw when we got the draft class in Kansas City back in April? And what's your thoughts? How you feeling about this draft class now, bro? Because me personally, I ain't seen no dividends. I ain't seen no returns of my investments. None of them. And salute to Overshown. I know he had the ACL injury. My guy kind of came at me on Twitter, but like, bro, you're not playing right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be one of those.
Oh, what you said something about the draft class?
Yeah. Well, what I said on Twitter, I was like, basically the NFC East draft class right now is just Jalen Carter in them. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody else's draft class doing nothing. The Giants draft class ain't doing nothing. Emmanuel Forbes getting benched in Washington. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I mean, it was a fair, honest assessment. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, that's how you feel? I'm like, well, bro, like, yeah.
You ain't even make it. But look, now, it's just sucked that, you know, I was out there the day when he really turned up too. Right. Overshawn did. You know, that was the day when he got he got 2 interceptions, I believe. He called like a pop-up interception, and then he made another interception. And it was like, you know, we was looking at him like he was finna go crazy coming into the season. I seen him leading the huddle and stuff. So I'm like, oh, he must be one of these guys. Like, that's not easy for a young guy to come in and galvanize the troops for them to be behind him like that. You know what I'm saying? But once, other than Overshawn, because, you know, I still think Overshawn gonna be nice. But I mean, this is the main reason why I didn't want a defensive tackle with number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? Micah Smith, because I knew that it was gonna take some time, and I felt like it was different positions that we could have got instant impact from. Like a defensive tackle got to sit in the oven. It got to simmer. You know what I'm saying? It don't come out the microwave ready all the time. Unless you drafting at the top of the draft like a Jalen Carter or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't have that privilege. So I look at Micah Smith like he will be fine. I don't think he's just terrible, but I think it's the position that he has. It just take time, man. You got to come from a college kid to going up here battling and throwing around grown men. It's not just going to be a walk in the park doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It just takes time.
Yeah, and that was the one thing I told everybody about the Mozzie pick. Like, listen, y'all, it ain't going to be instant impact. Y'all not going to be jumping out the gate buying Mozzie Smith jerseys anytime soon. Like, hell, you might not see the impact of Mozzie Smith till, like, maybe next year. You know what I'm saying? Because he has to grow. And like, even if you go to what Philadelphia did with Jordan Davis, like, Jordan Davis' impact that he's having this year wasn't like what he had last year. So just like you said, bro, it takes time to cook in the oven. And I was with you, bro. I would have went with a Joey Porter or maybe a Nolan Smith, a guy that you can just put out there and just get your dividends out the gate. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I don't know. A lot of Cowboys fans in the chat are saying, give it time, give it time. Like, bro, we in week 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get
you
something.
got to give it time.
I know, you
the draft guru. We consider you a draft guru.
Appreciate
in this space,
it,
man. So, because you earned your title, you didn't put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So, put some respect on it. But the way I look at it, I say, you know, it takes what? A minimum maybe 3 years to really grade a draft class. You know what I'm saying? It take a little time to really grade one. But if we talking about in 2023, I believe that might be what kind of solely responsible for some of our lows, man. We are not getting anything from this draft class right now. Like that, I don't think nobody can sugarcoat that. It's no way around that. Like, whether you happy about it or mad about it, that might be debatable, but we're not getting anything from these guys right this second.
And from a rotation
standpoint, making some blocks, maybe.
Making some blocks. He had a few catches and he had a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? But it's not what we needed, right? Because with the absence of Dalton Schultz, we needed somebody to step in. Now, I think Jake Ferguson, I'm with you, bro. Jake Ferguson can step in and fill that void. You just got to give him the opportunity. We saw, you know, last week, if you give him the opportunity, what Jake Ferguson can do. But outside of that, man, it's just like Schoon. I'm not sure what's the status on Hendershot. You know, they had the tight end who they elevated from the practice squad. Then they put him down. I think he got sniped off this practice squad. You know what I'm saying? So the tight end looking a little shaky. A lot of people, self-included, had some high expectations for Deuce. Deuce is inactive, you know what I'm saying? Like Eric Scott, who they traded one of their draft picks to go get with Kansas City, he's inactive. You had Austin Richards, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you need somebody to really step up and emerge. And as of right now, it's just our undrafted guys. I mean, we saying give Hunter Lupke the ball a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So you know, it'll take some time, y'all. But me personally, if they would just gave me the keys, I probably would have drafted a little bit better. I would have drafted a little bit better than Will. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it is.
Well, you would have went first round.
So I would have went first round. I would have went with Joey Porter. I would have went with Joey Porter Jr. probably. Or they were considering.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah. He went to Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have probably just solidified the corner spot because, you know, you have Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland. You also have Stephon Gilmore, who's older. But Gilly's older, like the depth piece after that. You know what I'm saying? If one of
That
those
would've
guys
been
go
crazy.
down, you would have had someone to just fully just step in. I know you had Jordan Lewis come off the injury, right? But it's like to have a Joey Porter be your cornerback 4, possibly quarterback 3 in case of injury, like that's a good spot to be in.
And best case scenario, he would have moved up to 2, and you got Bland at 3.
Right.
That would have been a crazy corner situation.
Right. So that's where and I was doing that because I'm looking at the schedule, because I know we got AJ Brown and Smitty 2 times a year, and Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf and Stephon Gilmore. So if you really want to get to that next level, you got to be strong in the secondary. And as you see right now, like even with the free agency and the trade deadline, I was like, listen, go get another corner. You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, Cowboys Nation, I feel like the Cowboys are having reactive thinking. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about what if. You know what I'm saying? And I remember in the game when Deron Bland got nicked up a little bit and Jordan Lewis, like it made me feel sick, bro. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel sick because they put in Noah Igbenogany and Brock Purdy said, oh yeah, easy. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? And luckily there was a holding call. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want to be in that situation again where we're trying to get a Trayvon Mullins or Xavier Rhodes and kind of doing that whole ordeal again. Go ahead and solidify the position, but they didn't. But speaking of the running backs, bro, you mentioned Tony Pollard. We're trying to turn him to a bell cow. This far, it really hasn't worked out. What's your thoughts with the run game? Is it a thing about personnel? Is it scheme, or is it a mixture of both?
I think it's a mixture, but I'm kind of leaning more towards. I know this might seem like a cop out, but I think it might the O-line may need a little time for chemistry though.
Right.
Like, believe it or not, these are the guys we've been had, but they ain't played many games together.
Right.
That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? So we know it's important for an offensive line to have some good chemistry. And I believe it's a different element when you put a new back there. Now Tony got to get chemistry with the O-line.
Right.
So that's a whole nother process. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I don't know if it's some stuff coming from the injury of Tony, but like, I know you watch film, I watch film.
Mm-hmm.
I be seeing Tony not taking the right holds at times.
Right.
And that's kind of disturbing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I be saying he should have went on the outside and he be taking the A gap and the B gap and
right.
stuff. So I'm like, what are you doing? So I don't know if it's Tony need a little more time to gel with the O-line and
right.
the whole run game as a whole need time to gel or what, but it's definitely not been doing what we thought it would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think the thing is just not Tony's game, y'all. Like it never been. Like he's never been a bell cow back. Like even go back to college when he was at Memphis, he wasn't. Like even in high school, he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So to say, okay, now you're going to be the guy who's getting what, $13 million off the franchise tag, and he going to be the lead dog getting 20, 23 carries. That's just not his game. And I remember when doing the draft show, it sounded crazy at the time, but bro, I firmly believe that if you could have moved on from either running back, you could have moved on from Pollard over Zeke. And I know this is when Cowboys fans go crazy, tuck you crazy, but the reason why I was saying that, there was so many running backs in this year's draft that fit that mode, like a Devon A-Chain. Like you're seeing some of those guys.
I was just about to say, I just thought A-Chain in my head.
Yeah, so you could have went with Zeke and Devon A-Chain and been perfectly fine. You see what I'm saying? And then maybe went and got a deuce. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where I stood with it. But as of right now, just from a schematic standpoint, from a blocking standpoint, our offensive line hasn't played well. And you mentioned about our best 5. At this point, bro, I don't know if we ever going to see our best 5. I give up on that whole idea because Tyron, with them PTO days, fam, one day he's in, one day he's not, captain questionable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, man. Like I just don't know what we can do. And my biggest concern when it comes to our offensive line is, it seems to me, and I'll ask you this, they are stuck with Tyler Smith being the left guard of the future, not the left tackle. You see what I'm saying? And I try to warn people about this even last year. Like, I don't even think they had plans to play Tyler Smith at left tackle last year. The injuries kind of happened. They had no choice. But as of right now, like at camp, when I was at camp, I was like, bro, is he going to get any reps at left tackle? You know what I'm saying? Like, put Tyler Smith. There was none. So it's like, okay.
He might be a... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So at this point, like, he might just be the left guard of the future. And if Tyron Smith can't play, then they're really going to lean on Chima Udoka. And honestly, bro, that concerns me. You know what I'm saying? That concerns me that if Chima Udoka is our starting left tackle on Sunday, it kind of changes things for me personally. But what's your thoughts on that offensive line?
I was just about to say, Tyler, man, he's been so good. He might be a victim of his own success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once we see him doing so great, we're not moving this dude.
Right.
So now you got to try to weigh your pros and cons and how you want to operate in this. Do you want to try to plan for this offseason stuff slightly.
Right,
like,
right.
do you need to go draft you a left tackle of the future, or do you need to draft you a left guard of the future?
Mm-hmm.
Will Tyler be a Pro Bowl, all-pro guard, or will he be just a good tackle?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't really know those questions. So
right.
that would make that kind of questionable and iffy when it comes to trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, the O-line has been, that's my biggest concern going into this game, because like, we talk our trash. We can't stand them Eagle turd birds. They all of that. But their defensive line is good.
Right.
And our offensive line is kind of shaky right now. Because,
right.
like, we even been seeing Zach losing reps.
And
that
Terrence.
ain't even, you know what I'm saying?
And Terrence, man. Terrence got me concerned.
Very concerned.
Yeah, Terrence is very concerning, man. Because I keep, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's to the point where I see us get smoked off the right side, and like it catches me off guard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's Terrence and Zach. We should be good over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be good over there. So it's like, if we not good over there, it causes huge concern. Because like you said, this Philadelphia Eagles defense, we don't like them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to purge. But they got the #1 run defense in the NFL. They don't play in the trenches. You see what I'm saying? So, I really expect for our offensive line, they got to play better. I know a lot of people's asking me, Tuck, what about the offensive line coach who made the switch with Mike Solari? I personally don't know a lot about Mike Solari. I know his nephew personally, but I don't know enough about him, the coach, and what his philosophy is. I haven't tracked him down, but as of right now, I was going to say, like, this ain't been playing well. You know what I'm saying? We just ain't been playing well, and we're going to have to play better, man. But speaking of Sunday's matchup, so we got the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. I got to ask you this hot topic button, because everybody was asking me about this last week. Micah Parsons, right? How do you feel about Micah Parsons with this podcast, with his Philly comments? Because you played the game, you know what I'm saying? And I'm old school. I played the game. Like, my era ain't no jersey swapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lucky if we shook hands after the game. Like, that's something our coach used to have to make us do. Like, go shake their hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you won, you used to be in the line. Like, okay, good game, bro. You know what I'm saying? You'd be happy that line. When you lose, and you know what I'm saying? Good game. You know what I'm saying? Like, And depending on, you know what I'm saying, you used to do the old spit in the hand, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, what's your thoughts on this whole Micah situation? Because Cowboys fans had their pitchforks out, bro. Like, they had their pitchforks out.
Are you talking about Micah doing podcasting as a whole, or some of the things
just all of it? It's what he's saying, doing the podcast, saying the Eagles are the best team in the league, I just did a show with an Eagles content creator, and when she asked me this, you really ain't got no answer for it, bro. Right.
Like, he put us in a pickle.
Right.
He really did. Because when you got one of the stars of your team up here blowing smoke up they behind, what we gonna do?
Right.
Because, like, what do LandLord from Alabama got to say? What do Tuck got to say?
Right.
If Micah Parsons up here saying they the best?
Right.
This is my concern. This is why I'm like, bro, I wouldn't have a problem with Micah doing podcasting if he only talked about the Cowboys and what his thoughts was about the games and stuff like that.
Right.
Because I think it's a part of, like, the competitiveness. Like, you hear Micah giving all this praise to these players, but you don't hear them saying the same stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody don't got a podcast, but
Slay got one. Slay got one. Yeah. Kelsey got the biggest one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they don't give us all that praise. You know?
What about the competitive edge, though?
Right.
So now, once I get into the game and I disrespect you, how Micah gonna backpedal on what he said?
Right.
Because they're gonna be like, Micah, get in her. Yeah, I own you. I'm gonna do this to you. They're like, nah, you already told us we the best team in the league.
Right.
You already told us I'm this good. I'm that good.
Right.
So how you gonna even have that competitive edge when you going week to week? And then I had a big problem with him swapping jerseys. I said that on my live. I was pissed.
Right.
Like,
after
a loss like that.
Yeah.
Because now to me, in my head, my concern is what do the other players on the team, what are they thinking when you over there doing that?
Right.
Because look, I'm thinking about, like, the actual practice of this happening. So I'm saying, like, second for second, while the other players on the sideline, they mad about the loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else like, where's Micah Parsons?
Right.
They like, oh, he over there swapping jerseys with CMC.
Right.
Man, do you know how mad I'd be out there?
Right. Yeah.
Like, where he at? He doing what?
Right.
Ah, man, that sounds crazy. Everybody else over here pissed off.
Yeah.
You over here signing jerseys and stuff. Like, what are you doing?
Like, you can easily just say, listen, man, shoot me the jersey, you know what I'm saying, when you get back to the crib. Okay, cool, I got you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Good game, shoot me the jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just a different era. So I see both sides, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, for me, not from our leader, you know what I'm saying? Because Micah is the face of the Cowboys, y'all. Like, make no mistakes about it. He's not just a little rookie no more. Like, he is the face of the Cowboys. And
he's one of the faces of the league.
The league, yeah. And we go as Micah goes. So if you out there kiki and kaka, you know what I'm saying, having fun on good old time with these players and giving them all this respect, and you don't turn it on Sunday, because if Micah comes out there and he doesn't have a big game, I'm gonna look at you sideways, you know what I'm saying? Because you out there being all buddy with these people. So, you know, I think he has to just change his approach just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to do content and be a player. Like, we can say things as content creators, so I ain't gotta go put no pads on tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gotta go put no pads on tomorrow. You gotta go out there and put some pads on tomorrow, and I guarantee you all that respect is gonna be tossed out the window tomorrow. Don't give them all that respect. You know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, man, the Eagles got a good team, but we're going to see what's going to happen in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you got to do. You know, that's all you got to do. But you had...
Look how easy it'll be if he only talked about the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be easy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, man. So, hey, Micah, like I said, but I said, if anyone gets a limited, you know what I'm saying, credit, Micah, you know what I'm saying, he got a black card with me. You know what I'm saying? He got to do a whole lot.
He got leeway to do it. He got leeway to do it, but we just want you to, you know, long as he... I'm going to tell you this. If he have a bad stretch of games, that's exactly what they're going to point to.
Right.
You know how we are.
Right.
Even though it's not foul, I'm just telling you public perception. That's the way it is.
Right.
As soon as Kelvin Joseph went lining up the way he's supposed to, we like, hey, man, he rapping.
Too much rapping.
Everybody he shouldn't be rapping.
Right.
If Kelvin Joseph would have been balling, we wouldn't have cared. If
you'd be jamming them songs in the parking lot.
We wouldn't care.
Right.
But as soon as he have a mishap, as soon as he make a mistake, we point straight to the rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way we are as people. You know what I'm saying? So especially with Micah, if he's not up to par, if he's not dominating, we gonna look at that podcast. That's just how people are.
Yeah, it's just how it is, man. So you gotta be prepared. So here's how you handle that, Micah. Go out there and ball tomorrow. You go out there and ball
dominate.
Tomorrow. Yeah, dominate.
Just dominate.
You know what I'm saying? You dominate. You talk. You say whatever the hell you want on that podcast.
I don't care what you say after that.
Hell yeah. All right, bro. So let's go ahead and get into tomorrow's matchup, man, versus the Philadelphia Eagles. So I want to start with their defense. So we know what their defense that we talked about. Got Hassan Reddick, Jalen Carter's probably going to be back with the back injury. Jordan Davis, Josh Sweat. You know, the list goes on and on. But when you watch this Philadelphia Eagles, like, what is something that stands out to you where it's like, all right, that's what the Cowboys really need to come out and attack and exploit?
Yeah, of course, it's that cornerback position. You know what I'm saying? Slay, I feel like he's a little long in the tooth. I like any of my receivers against him these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think he's still a decent DB, but don't let the name scare you. He's not Darius Slay no more. He's just Darius Slay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's an older player who can be had. Especially, I'm throwing at him all day if I got CD on a one-on-one.
Right.
I'm throwing at him all day.
Right.
Yeah, I'm spamming Lamb if I got him one-on-one for sure. And I like Cooks against him too because we seen what happened to him with T.Y. last year. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't keep up with the speed.
Right.
So Cooks can explore with the speed. We see how Terry McLaurin do him. Terry McLaurin go crazy against him every time, seems like. So I like my wide receivers against Slay for sure.
Right.
Then we look at Bradbury. Of course, he can be had too. CD been cooking him from day one.
Right.
So I like that we can I feel like we can exploit their secondary for sure.
Yeah.
Even with the new safety dude.
Yeah, I agree. But it's going to be a tricky way about how we exploit it, right? Because I don't want to drop Dak back throwing 40 times. Like, I don't think that's the way you get out this game with the victory. So you still got to have some balance. But they're going to give you the shots, like I said, because they like bottom the NFL in yards allowed and passing touchdowns allowed as well, you know what I'm saying, in the air. So I like our matchups, you know what I'm saying? I like our Jake Ferguson versus their linebackers. I like, Brandon Cooks versus possibly a Bradbury or a Slay, you know what I'm saying? Michael Gallup, you play wide receiver, bro, and I'm trying to help Michael Gallup, man. I you know what I'm saying? I can't figure it out, bro, but it's like, Michael Gallup really needs to step up and have a Michael Gallup game, but I feel like it's going to be an opportunity. But once again, y'all, it goes back to the offensive line. If you can't protect Dak, it don't matter. And that's how the Eagles kind of cover some of that up. It's like, all right, we getting bombed over the top, right? But if we can get to the quarterback and get pressure, then that can mitigate a lot of that stuff that's going on, man.
I want to ask you a question, though.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we got a $50 super chat. I think it came on your side, bro, from El Professor. or I mean on my side. I can't see because all connected. He said, "Let's go. Much love, Landlord and J Tuck. Loving the conversation. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
you, Mr. L Professor, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Smash that like button on both
Real
sides.
talk.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. What was your question, bro?
But my question was, because you came up with a good point. You know, like we had these ideas, but I kind of, you know, you're a strategist, so I want to kind of tap into your brain and how you gonna do this. Because we just talked about how frustrating our run game is. How do you feel? How are we gonna balance this out? How could we? Because they defensive line is gangster. Tony don't look like he don't know where hold to take. I mean, to me, like I just said, idealistically, it sounds great to say balance, but I think this is going to be a Dak game, bro. It's just going to have to be a Dak game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to have to be a Dak game, but I feel like you can't abandon the run. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think about this game, I think about Tampa the past 2 years, not the playoff game, right? But you remember like when 2021, when we went to Tampa for the opening game and they had that top run defense and Kellen Moore to say, you know what, I'm abandoning it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like we did that even last year for the home opener. So that's just not what I want to see. But for me, honestly, bro, how I'm trying to fix the run game, now I try to fix it, you know, in trade deadline, but that ain't happen. You got to give Rico some more opportunities, bro. Like, you got to give Rico some more touches. Like, we'll see Rico get a big 8-yard carry, and then he's gone for the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I would like to really see them commit to a little bit of power, because even if you're, like, you know what I'm saying, Landlord played wide receiver, I played linebacker, right? But there's a difference in taking those body blows throughout the course of a game. You know what I'm saying? When you have that big punishing running back, especially in the fourth quarter, especially when you're tired, you know what I'm saying, and you get that power, and you got a fullback in Hunter Luepke, and you got Rico behind him, it wears you down. So sometimes just those little chunk yards can wear you down. Then you put in Tony Pollard, he's off to the races. And that's what we're missing.
I was just about to say, do you think, shout out to Mafia Mind with the $10 super too. He says 4-8-20. Dallas, glad you back, family. I appreciate you, man. And I ain't even read L Professor, but he said, let's go. Much love, Landlord and J Tuck. Loving the conversation. I appreciate you, man. This is high IQ football talk right here, man. Yeah. With one of the best there is in the space, man. So I appreciate y'all. This collab been long overdue.
Yeah, way overdue, man. We was like, bro, we got, you know what I'm saying? Because my side, y'all know I don't do Saturdays, man. But like Landlord's like, bro, I can do Saturdays. Like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. I'm gonna make some time, man, because it's long overdue. We gonna do it again. But what was you saying about the run game?
Yeah, I was about to say, is it concerning to you that, I don't know how much of a difference, but I think you watch film, I watch film, so we know what we seeing. It seems like Rico look a little better though. When Rico get in the run game, all of a sudden start moving.
I think he does, and I think that's it's fair to say. You know what I'm saying? But and I might do a film session on that. But it's like Rico gets those big carries. Like, okay, let's go, Rico. And it's out. Like, he gets no more carries. Like, I think one game he had like 3 carries. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
once he do a good run,
he's done. He heads to the sideline. And I know what that is, right? It's not football by any means. That's
politics.
Up top politics. We paid Tony Pollard. Those carries going to him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, nah, bro. Like, that's not Tony Pollard's game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that big, physical, dominating run style, and Rico gives you a balance of both. He gives you a balance of power, you know what I'm saying, and he also gives you some speed. And same thing with Malik Davis.
Rico made me a fan. He made me a fan that game. He did that long screen run.
Right.
I said, oh yeah, I'm rocking with Rico.
Right. So
I don't think nobody had Rico Dowdle projections going into 2023. Now maybe you did.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody was like, I'm bullish on Rico. So I think everybody got to sit back and be like, I don't know.
Hold on, bro. Let me get you right. Keep going, bro. I think something happened with your bandwidth. There you go. He's back. All right, there you go.
Okay.
All right, you good.
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't think nobody was just like, hey, but Rico, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody was that bullish on Rico coming into 2023. So I think him, the way he's been implementing into this offense, I think it was surprising. And then I don't think the Cowboys even want to deal with him, though. It's like, we didn't plan this, so we ain't finna take advantage of it.
Right. I mean, but it's the same thing with Malik Davis. Like, that's who I was kind of bullish on, you know what I'm saying, was Malik Davis. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw it from last year, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the playoff game once again. So it's like, someone's going to have to emerge outside of Tony Pollard. Whether it's going to be Hunter, Rico, Malik Davis, I don't care which flavor of ice cream you like, bro, but it's going to, you're going to have to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get
We ain't even seen Hunter yet. what's discouraging.
Well, the one game, what was it? New England, when they gave Hunter the ball in the red zone, he went right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he scored.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the tough yard. And here's my biggest frustration when it comes to Hunter, bro. It's like they put him on display that last preseason game. You know what I'm saying? They showcased him passing game, running game, like everything. You know, play action, screens, and then it was just like, so where is that in the season? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is that in the season? But I don't know, but I agree with you, bro. I think in order to go out this, this game on Sunday and get this victory, it's going to have to be a Dak game, man. So speaking of Dak, right, because I know a lot of people, like your channel's probably like mine, you're either high on Dak or you hate him, you know what I'm saying? But what is your thoughts on how Dak Prescott has played thus far in this season?
I love him. Like the game he's been playing the last 2 games, that's the Dak I've been looking for.
Right.
Like I said before, man, on film, I'm sure you see this too. Like, I know you're not gonna agree with what I see all the time, but I mean, one of the things that I seen from Dak on film, at times, I ain't like how he manipulates the pocket.
Here they go in the chat, man. Here they go in the chat.
They ready. Yeah, they ready. But look, sometimes I didn't like the way Dak manipulate the pocket. It's like here, instead of climbing the pocket, he usually just step back and get sacked. You know what I'm saying? Dak is too elusive to be doing that. So it seemed like that might have been something that was in his head from the injury or something, like he had to just shake it out. But the last 2 games, Dak has been climbing that pocket, manipulating that pocket, and still keeping his head up, finding the open receiver. So that's the Dak Prescott that's unstoppable.
Right.
If you get that guy, the decisive Dak. Now, I'm not talking about decisive in the progressions of the reads or nothing like that. I'm talking about the decisive Dak when it's time to go. Like when that clock is over, run.
Right.
When I see a lane, I'm gone. That's what the Dak that kept us ahead of the chains the whole game.
Right.
Like, you can't get mad at that. That's the Dak that's unstoppable to me.
Right.
So if Dak continues to play like that, we finna cook. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, and you see it, right? And what I've always been saying on my channel is like the recess aspect of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when things break down, there's something not there, you have to make something happen. And I feel like, is Dak elite? You know what I'm saying? No, but that's the one thing I would say that keeps him from being elite. You know what I'm saying? When things break down, the improv, like being able to throw off platform, and he can do these things, right? And like you said, I don't know if it was the injury. I'm not sure if it was the Kellen Moore coaching philosophy that kind of nerfed it, but it's like it took away from his natural instincts. And I always compare Dak to Donovan McNabb. You know what I'm saying? Like, Donovan McNabb was a terrific talent, you know what I'm saying? Balanced, vertical attack, like can do a lot of different things with his legs, power, but then they try to make him to a pocket passer. You know what I'm saying? It's like you lose that threat of him using his legs. Like, nah, bro, like sometimes he's got to use his leg. Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be Lamar Jackson, but sometimes it's going to give you opportunity, and you're seeing Dak take it. And I like the way that Mike McCarthy, and I said this, bro, on my channel, he deserves the credit from not letting his ego get in the way. You know what I'm saying? Because he said, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, listen, bro, this is what I'm trying to do, try to nerf Dak and be his conservative approach. This ain't working. Dak, go ahead and do you. Go ahead and be special.
Cut him loose.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So people are like, oh, Chuck, you said Dak's not elite. I feel like there's only one elite quarterback in the NFL that's here in Kansas City, bro. Like that's the only one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just toss elite and GOAT to everybody. There's one right now, and it's Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Where he's the difference maker, the end all be all. But I feel like Dak is top 5. You know what I'm saying? Top 5 wherever you want to put him. So take that sound clip.
I don't think you can argue that.
Right.
Dak is top 5.
Top 5. You want to put him at 5, perfectly fine.
If you got him at the bottom of the top 10, I might not have to fight you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna disagree, but I might not have to swing on you.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
If
you
ain't top 10, we gotta throw hands.
Yeah. Exactly, bro.
We gotta throw hands.
So that's where I'm at with Dak. So I just think to really take it to that next level, and we've seen it before. I was at that playoff game versus Seattle, you know what I'm saying? It was 3rd down, game on the line. Dak took off, you know what I'm saying? Damn near did a cartwheel in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Like those types of plays. Like, and so you're definitely going to need that on Sunday. Now, speaking
one of the aspects I do want to touch on real quick before we change.
Go ahead, bro.
Like, I really think Dak is more of a football player than a quarterback too.
Right.
It's just in his attitude, man.
Right.
Dak want to be physical too.
Right.
I think like early in the game, man, let Dak hit somebody, man. Let him run the ball a little bit. Right. I think that's just who he is, bro. Like, you can't take a player away from who he is.
Right.
Think about it. That's what he been doing his whole career.
That's who he was at Mississippi State.
Now all of a sudden, you just not gonna let him run the ball ever.
Right.
He don't even feel like himself no more.
Right.
When you think about it, like that's not who he is. Let him run the ball early, at least 1 or 2. get his blood flowing, get him in the right type of mindset, and then I think that's when he play his best.
Yeah.
Like, we got a great record when Dak running the ball far as wins and losses. Like, let the man run a little bit. Just let him feel like himself again.
And that's his game. And that's his game. Because I remember it was, the 2021 season versus Atlanta. And remember he took off and put his shoulder down and got in the end zone, and they pulled him out the game. And he's like, I had to remind people that I'm a big MFer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that
sound like a quarterback?
Yeah,
that sound like a football player?
That's a football player. You know what I'm saying? So those are the games, and those are the things that Dak Prescott can do. I think they kind of nurture him a little bit, but you're seeing it in dirty, grimy games like San Fran and Philly, y'all. You're going to need to do that. You're going to have to go off. Because I guarantee you the quarterback we about to talk about on the other side, he going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He going to do it. Even though his knees hurting a little bit, he going to do it and get that turf dirty, grimy, 3rd and 2, you know what I'm saying, when things kind of break down. And I think Dak Prescott needs to do the same, man. El Professor, man, appreciate the $20 super chat, man. Got to break bread like Jesus with you, Tuck, since you ride with LandLord. Salute, Big Dog Cowboys Nation, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Already, man. Appreciate you, El Professor, man.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the offensive side of the ball, man, before we get up out of here, man. So I want to talk about Jalen Hurts and his offense, right? So, when it comes to Jalen Hurts and his offense, we know he's the end-all, be-all. What is your thoughts on Jalen Hurts? Because here's my thoughts coming into the season. Had a great season last year, MVP caliber, got paid, but I feel like the expectations was he has to be that consistently. And I just don't think that he's that consistently. I think this year you're seeing him pass the ball a lot better, but as far as the balance, kind of overkill on the ground, in the air, you're not seeing that, and you're starting to see some turnovers. But what is your overall thoughts when it comes to Jalen Hurts?
I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head the way you said it, because that's how I always viewed him as well. Like, I don't look at Jalen as in that type of tier. I think he's a good quarterback, and he actually improved to me that he's a better thrower than I gave him credit for, especially last year and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's him being more accurate or AJ Brown being 10 yards open every time we look up. I don't know what it is, but he's been better at ball placement and accuracy and stuff as this year, believe it or not. Even with the interceptions, he's been putting the ball in some nice places. Like, and I'm watching the game, I'm thinking, okay, it's 3rd and long. I don't think he can make this throw. Boom, and he mess around and make the throw. So, hey, he's got better at ball placement and accuracy. He has. And that was one of my biggest gripes against him, even way at Bama when I wanted him out of here. I wanted him out of here.
So you an Alabama fan. So a lot of people don't understand, like, what happened in that Clemson game when he got benched for Tua. But what was your thoughts on Jalen back then when he was your quarterback?
Jalen was a predominantly running quarterback. Like, we was playing Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was putting the ball where it's supposed to go. He was actually quarterbacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had some great receivers, and Jalen just running for first downs and just running the ball everywhere, every which way. And he still got some of the same tendencies, but he's better now. Like, all the time he gonna escape to the right. We all knew the scouting report on Jalen Hurts. Like, every time he tried to escape, he escaping to the right. That's the best thing for a right-handed quarterback, to escape to the right. I want to see us throw some blitzes out him that way. Like, completely take that right side away and see what he can do going from the left side. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be 100% harder for him to improv on the left side of the ball. So I want to see that happen. And I was thinking about this. I want to see somebody like Marquise Bell, Donovan Wilson. I want to see a spy on this dude. I want to see a spy on this dude. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of some of that RPO stuff. And when you got somebody that's assigned to him, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the option. You know what I'm saying? The defensive end will get tricked by the option, but if you got a spy, he's going at the quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I agree. And I think, you know what I'm saying, because I just had my guy JC on last night, and we kind of talked about, the Eagles offense, especially under Brian Johnson compared to Shane Steichen, their offensive coordinator who went to Indianapolis, right? You're not seeing them be very RPO heavy, run heavy like they was last year. They're throwing the ball a lot more, which is probably why you're seeing AJ Brown get the ball, early and often.
And you're seeing more interceptions.
Yeah, you're seeing more interceptions. They're taking a lot more chances. Now, I don't think that's going to be the case tomorrow, y'all. I think they're going to want to come out and test our run defense. defense and use the same blueprint that they had last year until it's broken, and they might make that adjustment. But, there's going to be some opportunity to make some plays on the ball because I think A.J. Brown's has 11 contested catches. You know what I'm saying? So it's just A.J. Brown is playing big boy football right now. You know what I'm saying?
He's throwing it up.
Yeah, he's throwing it up, and A.J.'s coming down with it. So, there's going to be opportunity. I think it's going to be a big opportunity for Stephon Gilmore, who played well versus A.J. Brown last year when he was in Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? So, there's going to be some opportunity. But, yeah, I agree with you, bro. You got to throw different looks at Jalen Hurts. You cannot let him get comfortable, flush him outside the pocket, have tight windows, and make him think. You got to speed him up, and if you speed him up, there's going to be opportunity to make plays on the ball. But, I really think that they're going to try to get Swift the ball tomorrow, y'all. I think they're going to try to get Swift the ball tomorrow. And the key to our defense, you got to keep them out of them 3rd and 1s. Got to keep them out of them 4th and 1s so we know what's coming, right? Tush push or brotherly shove, whatever the hell y'all want to come in, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So when it's 2nd down, and you might think, okay, you can lax a little bit and play a little soft zone, you know what I'm saying, keep everything in front. If they get to 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. And if they get to 3rd and 1, they're going to go for it. And if they probably get to 4th and inches, they're going to go for it because they're topping the NFL in 3rd down conversions and also 4th down conversions as well. So
what you think about DQ sending some exotic blitzes in the first couple of downs to get them behind the chains? So we won't even get to 3rd and short and 4th and short. Because I think that'd be, you know what I'm saying, maybe not every series, but maybe on the 2nd series, you go get them. Hey, we coming.
Right,
and get them behind the chain. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is going to be the game where Dan Quinn has to actually cook, right? Because when you watch Jalen Hurts when I did the film session he'll lock into his first read. So if his first read is AJ, he'll lock in on it, right? So a lot of the reads that he gets is basically off his pre-snap reads. I think he's much better pre-snap reads than his post-snap reads are. You know what I'm saying? So if you get him and show him something, maybe you show him mixed coverage, right? And show him before snap and then mix it up post-snap, I think that's going to be some opportunity to make plays on Jalen Hurts because he speed up his process. But if you sit back and say, listen, we're going to cover 3, he sits back and recognizes cover 3, and I got to throw a quick zone to A.J. Brown, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's those are the type of things.
I think the how good or bad the big nickel position play, I think that's going to have a big indication on how we do in this game.
Right.
Because, if you I can see Ranye being an X factor or something in this game.
Right.
Because he can be the linebacker, he can be the safety, he can be a blitzer. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like him or Dono.
Right.
Those type of players right there, which you could do a lot of games with. You can send them out on a blitz from the edge, or you can drop them back at the last second.
Right.
I believe those type of the nickel packages that he can do with the big nickel, I feel like that could trick Jalen Hurts.
Right.
And you might be able to get you a little batted ball or interception or something, just manipulating them safeties and linebackers like that.
Right, I agree. And I think the most thing I'm looking for, bro, is all right, Dan Quinn, we saw what happened last year with the RPOs, and they was going to run off of Micah. You got to move Micah around, bro. You got to move Micah around. You cannot just have him stagnant off the edge. And you can't have him stagnant off the edge banging with Lane Johnson all game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, few snaps here and there, but nah, put him on the other side. I think their right guard, I'm not sure if it's going to be Tyler Steen or not, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, move him around, A-gap, B-gap blitzes. Maybe use him as a linebacker a lot more, because I go back to the 49ers game, bro. They moved him back for a few plays. And when I say Micah Parsons hawked Christian McCaffrey down, he hawked that man down. You know what I'm saying? So Micah is a lot more than just the edge rusher. He gives you a lot more opportunity than just sacks. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of hate when I see these narratives online. Okay, well, Hassan Reddick got this amount of sacks. Bro, Micah Parsons causes a lot more disruption than just sacks. People just not going to see it if you're not watching the games on Sunday. You see what I'm saying? So you got to get creative with Micah Parsons. I think that Dan Quinn is going to do that. But I expect a big game from DeMarcus Lawrence, setting the edge.
D-Law been playing well this year.
D-Law's been playing well.
He's been balling this year.
And another guy who's been playing well, I can't make another film session about him, is Osa, bro. Osa's been playing lights out. You know what I'm saying? So we got some guys who are playing well. You just got to keep that trend up, because their strength is their offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Their offensive line is going to protect, but you got to get pressure. And I feel like the Cowboys can get pressure, creative pressure, strategic pressure. What I mean by that, you can't just be rushing upfield all kamikaze. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do that, Jalen Hurts is going to see that crease and he's going to get out with it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be smart. Get, you know what I'm saying, smart pressure.
Be disciplined.
Be disciplined. Be disciplined. No hero ball tomorrow. But I feel like this Cowboys team can definitely go to the link and get this win, man. So before I let you go, my guy, What's your predictions for tomorrow? What's your, you know what I'm saying? Like, who has to have a good game offensively? Who has to be one of the keys defensively for the Cowboys to get this divisional win versus the Philadelphia Eagles? I ain't gonna say no rivalry. It's a divisional game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I told her, the person I did the show with, I said, y'all ain't no rival, y'all a division rival. Yeah, I said it's different levels to this.
Let me ask you this, bro. Who was the Philadelphia Eagles player you hate the most?
I don't think I got one.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a football rivalry to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like they fans. Like, if they fans wasn't in my
fans.
If they fans wasn't in my chat and on Twitter all damn day, I probably wouldn't have no problem with the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like when I think about Cowboys versus Eagles, I can't think like, man, if it wasn't for the Eagles in our way, things would have been different. They never
was in our way.
Yeah, there was in our way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay took a lot from me. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco's taking a lot from me. Like, the Eagles ain't taking nothing from me that I can think of. You know what I'm saying?
The Giants took a little more than
Eli. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Brandon Jacobs' game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so stuff like that. It's like, I just don't have one of those games versus Philly where it's just like, man, that was our year. And Philly got up to the Super Bowl. Philly, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a Twitter rivalry, bro.
Even with Romo, we had a season we beat them 3 years and 3 times in 1 year.
Yeah.
So like they never was in our way.
It's never in our way, bro. And it's like, all right, but I get it. It's little brother syndrome. So so what's your keys to victory, bro, for tomorrow?
I mean, I think the obvious one, we need our O-line to play well.
Right.
I think we're gonna need them to play probably their best game they done played all year.
Right.
And to be honest, we ain't really seen too many great games from this O-line this year.
Right.
And that's pretty surprising, man. And it seems like it's been an elephant in the room. I don't hear too many people addressing that. Like, I think we giving them some grace or something, but
I think tomorrow the levee might break.
The
levee might break tomorrow.
this O-line ain't been up to par, bro, and I think we've been giving them a pass. But like we'll see what happens. I still see we got the players to do it, but they just gonna have to show up tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. So I got to see what happens with that. But if I can get some protection from my O-line, I got faith in 4. I think Dak could go crazy against this secondary. I think CD'll eat. It's all stars with that O-line to me. And as far as the defense go, I need my second level to be on point this week. You know what I'm saying? I got faith in my DBs and my safeties. So, I mean, I'm looking for this second level with all this medium, short throws. That's what he really eat at, honestly. He don't really have them in the air yards like that. Like, he got great grades and great numbers in that aspect, but he don't have that many attempts. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason his number's so high is probably because he don't do it that much. You know what I'm saying? So, when he do it, it be effective. Like, he'll throw the ball deep to A.J. Brown, and now it's a touchdown.
Right.
But all game, he been hitting you with these slants across the middle and throwing the ball short dump offs and behind the line of scrimmage throws like that. So he really make his hay and his bread really butter in the middle of the field, short and medium type passes. So that's why I say I need my second level to really turn up. Yeah. And if I get them 2 things, I feel like we'll be able to bring it home. Yeah. I really do.
I feel you, bro. For me personally, you know, I feel like don't make the mistake that we made versus San Fran is making this game bigger than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to treat this game just another game, just like we treated last week. And what I mean by that, I feel like with the 49ers game, we was too tense, bro. We was coming out just tense, foaming at the mouth, stupid penalties, like all, because you look at Philadelphia, they're one of the lowest penalized teams in the league. So if you get out there and get a big sack and you huffing and puffing and flexing and all of a sudden they throw a flag, you know what I'm saying? Like, stupid stuff like that can change the course of the game. So come out there and just handle business and play clean. But I'm with you. Offensive line, it's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? If the offensive line can play well, you know what I'm saying, get a push up front, let the run game evolve a little bit more, but most importantly, protect Dak Prescott. I feel like we're going to have a lot of opportunities to win this game. And defensively, you can't allow the big play, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what happened, just like you said, bro. They'll dink and dunk, you know, Goddard here, you know what I'm saying? There goes Smitty there. And all of a sudden, there goes A.J. Brown. You know what I'm saying? There he is. One-handed catch, you know what I'm saying? Catching over double team, and it changes the course of the game. So you can't allow the big play. But I think it's going to be a battle, y'all. Like, it's going to be a tough game. Divisional opponent on the road. The Link is a rough place to play. But I feel like the Cowboys are more than equipped to come out there and win this game. It's not like Philadelphia. I know on paper and on Twitter, y'all, it seems like the Eagles just have this plethora of talent. They all up there. Every position is 5-star, you know what I'm saying? Dream team, elite. But if Zach Wilson can go out there and walk out there without a stain on him, Dak Prescott can do the same, man. So I'm expecting the Cowboys to go out there and really show improve. So I'm saying this, Cowboys Nation, enjoy tonight. Enjoy tonight, because tonight's going to be the last night we get to kind of just be underdogs, you know what I'm saying? Because now we the underdogs, no one cares, we have no chance, you know what I'm saying? Then after next week, everybody gonna be like, oh, or the Cowboys are they gonna start that train. So enjoy it, man. But overall, I think the Cowboys gonna go out there and win this game, man. But my God, LandLord, bro, appreciate you for coming on. For the people who are seeing you for the first time, let everybody know where they can find you, my brother.
Already, man. I go by LandLord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media, man. I appreciate you, CFO Sports, J Tuck, the Twitter goat in the building, man. Hey, man, we got to do this again, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, you guys are the new class, man. Salute to my guy, Henny. I saw him in the chat a second ago, man. So y'all the new class.
To my guys,
you know what I'm saying? I might be the king of Twitter right now, but eventually, man, I'm retiring and passing my throne on to you, man. I just got done playing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man at the end of the game said, you know what? I'm done with this Miles Morales. You got it, man. So y'all my Miles Morales, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm going to pass this on to you. I'm going to ride off into the sunset and do something else, man. But y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. I'm proud of y'all. Any way I can support y'all, I can, man. For y'all seeing me the first time, JTuck151 on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I apologize, TikTok. I'll be, you know what I'm saying, starving, but I'll be forgetting to post on TikTok.
I be neglecting.
Yeah, I know. I'll be neglected too, but everybody, bro, where your TikTok? I'm like, man, I'm tired, bro. But my YouTube channel, CFO Sports, comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Do a lot of Cowboys content, a lot of draft content, a lot of film study. Also follow me on High Point. That's the new merger I got with Dez Bryant, so I'll be dropping videos over there, doing live shows. If you're in Dallas for next week's game for the who we play, the Giants, I'll be out there at the tailgate event. Me and Dez gonna be doing some stuff. So, you know, just appreciate y'all support, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, content community. We can't do this without y'all. Thank y'all for giving us a voice. But listen, y'all, relax tonight. Don't let them Eagles fans press y'all and get y'all all worked up, and they're gonna be trolling and poking in chats, man. Just relax, and tomorrow we're gonna go out there and handle business, man. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and go Cowboys. Peace.
Go Cowboys.